Great. Can we have just a fun check among all of us? Ready? I will say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, smile. Everybody should smile. Right? Okay? Ready to go? I will be looking at my eyes will go 360 degrees to see who is not smiling. Fine? Ready to go? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Smile. 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 Tired of smiling. That's why the activity today. Let's have fun when we smile. Let's smile from the heart. Okay? How many of you can close your eyes for 5 seconds and think of a book which changed your life? Close your eyes. 5 seconds. Think of the one book name which changed your life. Open your eyes. All of you got one book. Anybody who didn't get any book in their mind? So that shows all of you would have remembered one life-changing book in your life. Happy to know, but today is an opportunity where you might add one more life-changing book for yourself. That's where we all are here today. So when I say book, you will say launch. Ready to go? Book, 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 book. Good evening. So let's start the day. Let's start the great evening with a prayer by Bapu Gowda Patil.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು. ಸುಪ್ರಭಾತ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹತ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಂಗವ ನೆನೆದಡೆ ತಪ್ಪುವುದು ಅಪಮೃತ್ಯು ಕಾಲ ಕರ್ಮಗಳಯ್ಯ. ತಪ್ಪುವುದು ಅಪಮೃತ್ಯು ಕಾಲ ಕರ್ಮಗಳಯ್ಯ. ಸುಪ್ರಭಾತ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹತ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಂಗವ ನೆನೆದಡೆ ತಪ್ಪುವುದು ಅಪಮೃತ್ಯು ಕಾಲ ಕರ್ಮಗಳಯ್ಯ. ದೇವ ಪೂಜೆಯ ಮಾಡ ದುರಿತ ಬಂಧನ ದೋಷ. ದೇವ ಪೂಜೆಯ ಮಾಡ ದುರಿತ ಬಂಧನ ದೋಷ. ಜಂಬೋ ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ನೋಟ ಲಿಂಗದ ಕಣ್ಬೇಟ. ಶಂಭೋ ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ನೋಟ ಲಿಂಗದ ಕಣ್ಬೇಟ. ಸದಾ ಸಂಗೀತನಾಗಿ ಶರಣೆಂಬುವುದು ನಂಬುವುದು ಜಂಗಮಾರ್ಚನೆಯ ಮಾಟ. ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗನ ಕೂಟ, ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗನ ಕೂಟ. ಇದು ಬಸವಣ್ಣವರ ವಚನ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಸವಣ್ಣವರ ವಚನ, ನುಡಿದರೆ ಮುತ್ತಿನ ಹಾರದಂತೆ. ನುಡಿದರೆ ಮುತ್ತಿನ ಹಾರದಂತಿರಬೇಕು. ನುಡಿದರೆ ಮುತ್ತಿನ ಹಾರದಂತಿರಬೇಕು. ನುಡಿದರೆ ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯದ ದೀಪ್ತಿಯಂತಿರಬೇಕು. ನುಡಿದರೆ ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯದ ದೀಪ್ತಿಯಂತಿರಬೇಕು. ನುಡಿದರೆ ಸ್ಫಟಿಕದ ಸಲಕೆಯಂತಿರಬೇಕು. ನುಡಿದರೆ ಸ್ಫಟಿಕದ ಸಲಕೆಯಂತಿರಬೇಕು. ನುಡಿದರೆ ಲಿಂಗ ಮೆಚ್ಚಿ ಅಹುದಹುದೆನಬೇಕು. ನುಡಿದರೆ ಲಿಂಗ ಮೆಚ್ಚಿ ಅಹುದಹುದೆನಬೇಕು. ನುಡಿಯೊಳಗಾಗಿ ನಡೆಯದೀತಡೆ, ನುಡಿಯೊಳಗಾಗಿ ನಡೆಯದೀತಡೆ. ಮೆಚ್ಚನ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ, ಮೆಚ್ಚನ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ. ನುಡಿದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿನ ಹಾರದಂತಿರಬೇಕು. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. La 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 ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಹಡೆದವಳು ಹಡೆದು ಜೋಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದವಳು ತಾಯಿಯಲ್ಲವೇ 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 ನವಮಾಸ ಗರ್ಭದಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ನಾನಾ ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆತ್ತು ನವಮಾಸ ಗರ್ಭದಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ನಾನಾ ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆತ್ತು ಸಾವು ನೋವು ಸಹಿಸಿದವಳು ಸಾವು ನೋವು ಸಹಿಸಿದವಳು ತಾಯಿಯಲ್ಲವೇ 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 ರನ್ನ ಜೋಜೋ ಚಿನ್ನ ಜೋಜೋ ಚೆನ್ನ ಜೋಜೋ ಎಂದು ರನ್ನ ಜೋಜೋ ಚೆನ್ನ ಜೋಜೋ ಚೊನ್ನ ಜೋಜೋ ಎಂದು ಪುಣ್ಯವಂಶ ರವಿ ನೀನೆಂದು ಪುಣ್ಯವಂಶ ರವಿ ನೀನೆಂದು ಜೋಕುಲವ ಹಾಡಿದವಳು ತಾಯಿಯಲ್ಲವೇ ತಾಯಿಯಲ್ಲವೇ ನನ್ನ ಕಂದ ಬೆಳೆಯ ಎಂದು ಪೂರ್ಣಚಂದ್ರನ ನನ್ನ ಕಂದ ಬೆಳೆಯ ಎಂದು ಪೂರ್ಣಚಂದ್ರನಾಗಲೆಂದು ನನ್ನಿಯಿಂದ ಸಲಹಿದವಳು ನನ್ನಿಯಿಂದ ಸಲಹಿದವಳು ತಾಯಿಯಲ್ಲವೇ 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 ಆಡುವಾಗ ಓಡುವಾಗ ಮಲಗಿ ನಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಆಡುವಾಗ ಓಡುವಾಗ ಮಲಗಿ ನಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನೋಡಿ ಕಾಪಾಡಿದವಳು ನೋಡಿ ಕಾಪಾಡಿದವಳು ತಾಯಿಯಲ್ಲವೇ 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 ವಿದ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಕಲಿಯಲೆಂದು ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತು ವಿದ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಕಲಿಯಲೆಂದು ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತರಾಗಲೆಂದು ಶುದ್ಧ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಿದವಳು ಶುದ್ಧ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಿದವಳು ತಾಯಿಯಲ್ಲವೇ 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 ಮುದ್ದಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆದು ಮುಂದೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಸಿರಿಯ ಗಳಿಸಲೆಂದು ಮುದ್ದಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆದು ಮುಂದೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಸಿರಿಯ ಗಳಿಸಲೆಂದು ಸಿದ್ಧಿಯಿಂದ ಹರಸಿದವಳು ಸಿದ್ಧಿಯಿಂದ ಹರಸಿದವಳು ತಾಯಿಯಲ್ಲವೇ 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 ಬಡವನಿರಲಿ ಬಲ್ಲಿದನಿರಲಿ ಬಡವಿ ಪಾಲನಾಗಿರಲಿ ಬಡವನಿರಲಿ ಬಲ್ಲಿದನಿರಲಿ ಬಡವಿ ಪಾಲನಾಗಿರಲಿ ಲೇಹ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಸಿದವಳು ತಾಯಿಯಲ್ಲವೇ 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 ನರರು ಸುರರು ದಾನವರಿಗೆ ಜಲಚರ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನರರು ಸುರರು ದಾನವರಿಗೆ ಜಲಚರ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಜನ್ಮದಾತೆಯಾದವಳು ಜನ್ಮದಾತೆಯಾದವಳು ತಾಯಿಯಲ್ಲವೇ 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 ತಾಯಿಯಲ್ಲವೇ.
Thank you, Patil sir, for singing a very meaningful vachana of Basavanna and the folk song. He started with worshipping the Shivalinga, and then he said, "Muridare Muktina Haradantirave." Generally, many people and many of us works for one thing, that we should walk the talk. That's what the vachana of Vishwaguru Basavanna was all about. And he ended his singing to Mother Nature. If I say Mother Nature, it is none other than the mothers who are sitting here today with us. And I hope each one of you agree to my words. Each one of us are here today where we will always be our natural self with only with one person. That is what mother is all about. Yes or no? Yeah. Thank you so much, Patil sir, for bringing up and lighting up that kind of a messages on this auspicious day and to start the evening. A very warm welcome to each one of you to this special celebration, the book day release of Kaleidoscope by the incredible, our own Shobha Managoli and her mentee Nandini Cardoso. Today is not just a book release, it's the birth of a new voice in Indian fiction. A voice shaped by years of listening, healing, guiding, and helping people make sense of their inner worlds. Shobha has long been respected clinical psychologist that many of us know, who has decided that the world needs not just tools and theories, but things that touch the heart. With this, she stepped onto the brand new stage, a mental health expert using storytelling to open up spaces and conversations that our society desperately needs. And see, when a psychologist turns into figure, the stories don't just end, they transform. And we are honored to have you all here as a witness to the milestone moment. Yes, you heard that both of the authors are officially joining the tribe of storytellers who believes stories can heal, stories can stretch the soul, and stories can finally open the conversation which we have never been or too afraid to start. Before we begin, let's talk about the woman of the hour. Shobha Managoli, a clinical psychologist, diversified practitioner, mentor, author, curriculum designer, a thought leader, and a force of nature when it comes to changing how one talks about oneself and the mental health. I know each one of you in this room would have had a taste of her conviction, including me, about being healthy and mental well-being and her words. I for sure have been always at the gaining and receiving end. Nandini Cardoso is a counselor and a certified storyteller who brings her experience from the beautiful city of Goa to this book. We acknowledge her presence in Adventure as due to the unavoidable reason she could make it here today. In her words, what kaleidoscope means or represents for me as an author, kaleidoscope represents the different emotional narratives I heard in different clinical scenarios while observing and listening to people around us. Gentle transformations and difficult choices which are faced by the main characters in the story help me weave this anthology. I would like to reader to feel the emotions of the joy of transforming like a caterpillar into a butterfly, simplicity and strength in all the characters, the sadness and the losses, the skills of learning and unlearning, all these and much more were a part of my journey when I wrote this collection along with Shobha Man. Nandini, due to some unavoidable circumstances, has been unable to join us from Goa, though she is watching us live, and we acknowledge her presence in absentia. This book is their first leap into that world, a world where imagination meets psychology, where stories become mirrors, and where readers will find themselves gently nudged into reflection and healing. This is what they together plan to achieve. Tonight, we all will celebrate this leap, and we are delighted you all are here to take this journey with them. And now the moment we all have been waiting for, feathers of the same. We all know Shobha wears a hat with many feathers and Nandini too does the same. It seems birds of feather flock together. But today they have let the feather of storytelling to float and fly and land with us. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting for the very first time the book cover of Kaleidoscope. I call on the stage the book cover designer, Ms. Prarthana, and the author, Shobha Managoli. Prarthana would like to say a few words on her design. Thank you. Over to you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Um, I know it's very good. Nothing wants to show the nothing to review. Nothing to show the Can we have the lights off, please? Can we have the lights off, please? Your version of the lights.
Hi, hello. Good evening, everyone. In like, this is not the first time I've been to an event hosted by Shobha Ma'am, and I'm sure it's the same for a lot of us here. And in very classic Shobha Ma'am fashion, I can see like people from all age groups and all kinds of diverse backgrounds here. And I'm sure that we have all met Shobha Ma'am at like very different times of our lives. So uh, it's been the same for me. I have met Shobha ma'am as a client, as a mentor, as a therapist, as a boss, and we have all had this sort of relationships at the exact same time also. And when I was thinking last night about what was the journey behind the design of this book cover, I realized that this book cover design had started happening even before the book was written. And so every single time, right, that Shobha ma'am and I have fostered a relationship, our bonds have grown deeper. It has always been at a time when I was at a cusp of transformation. And if you are anywhere around Shobha ma'am, this is a word that you will keep hearing. Transformation, change, right? And you will see that, you will experience that also. Just being around her, you will experience that. So that is essentially what I think I tapped into when I was designing this book cover. Is every single interaction, every single time that our bonds have grown deeper, that our connection has been fostered deeply, it has been an unmasking for me, an unmasking of my own realities and my own truths and the truths of the world around me also. So it's sort of like bringing down those masks to see all the colors and the different shades. And I'm sure, just like Powerful Dialogue was her non-fiction work, where she brought about this unmasking and the variety of colors that she brought about and the truths that she revealed through her book. I'm sure even this fiction writing, I have only read a couple of stories in very early draft stages, but even then, the experience of transformation is what rings true. And that is something, if you want to really judge this book by the cover, I hope that you judge it that way.
Thank you so much. I still remember Ratna, as she said, at the cusp, psychology or design or storytelling. And I think she used Kaleidoscope as a beginning of her design career of designing things. And now she's into more bigger and different designs that she does in terms of her storytelling and working with people who kind of do workshops of storytelling. So thank you for going from psychology to designing to storytelling and now combining all three of them. Thank you very much, Prati.
Thank you. I acknowledge, Prarthana, that you made a statement that being around Shobha brings a lot of transformation into life. I acknowledge, and I'm the one among the person where I too have transformed myself in a different ways and in a different phases of life. And thank you, Shobha, for adding your lines to the design to the cover of the book. When actually Shobha asked me to be an MC, I was waiting a list of specialists from psychology and being a clinical psychiatrist, and I will be getting a list to welcome all of them to come and address. But as we all know, Shobha is always different. So being different, she wanted this program also to go in a different way. So when now that we have had a sneak peek into the cover, let's step into the form of art that aligns perfectly with its heartbeat, playback theatre. So this is how she wants to introduce her book through a playback theatre. Playback theatre is an improvisational form where audience stories are transformed into spontaneous performances. It is raw, it's real, and deeply human. Much like Shobha's writing itself, as we all will shortly experience when we read the book, this form holds a mirror to our emotions, our inner landscapes, and the truth we often whisper only to ourselves. The riot actors, an all-women improv ensemble, is here today to present a 30 to 45 minute spontaneous performance celebrating the launch of the book Kaleidoscope. The book explores women empowerment, patriarchal realities, the resilience needed in the system. Blending excerpts from the books with improvised theatre, the performance aims to honor the grit and determination of the women through stage interpretations, spontaneous audience reflections, and moments of collective storytelling. The experience weaves together powerful narratives and dialogue, closing with gratitude and a tribute to the spirit that inspires both the book and the performance. It is spontaneous, it's powerful, and much like Shobha and Nandini's work, it holds space for emotions to breathe. Tonight, we will also experience an adapted playback theatre created specially to resonate with the themes of their book: stories told, stories seen, and stories felt. This is the perfect way to honor a psychologist entering fiction through narrative, reflection, and collective meaning making. The right actors featuring Miss Chaitra B, Miss Aparna Agarwal, Miss Nalini, and Ananya, and this is being directed by Miss Lakshmi. So, inviting the playback theatre too. Please put your hands together and applaud. And now without further ado, please join me welcoming all of them. They will take us through a journey of reflections, movement, sound, and storytelling inspired by the emotional notes of the book. Dear artists, the floor is yours. Bring the kaleidoscope stories to the light.
Hello everyone, can you hear me? Can people at the back hear me? Yes. Wonderful. Okay. So before we get started, we just want to interact with all of you a little better. Okay. So just a couple of questions I'm going to ask you, and I want you to just respond accordingly. So my first question is, how far have you commuted from? So who here has lived 5 kilometers away from this place? Raise your hands. 5 kilometers, very nice. Okay. Who here has come from 10 kilometers away? Between 5 and 10 kilometers. Wow. Thank you for coming. And is there anyone here who has come for more than 10 kilometers, like 10 to 15 kilometers? Amazing. Thank you. And anyone who's come from another city? Anyone who's coming from another city? Anyone who's come from Yelahanka, Devanagari? Okay, Hosur. I know that's not another city, but thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time, for taking the effort to come here. We are so happy to have you here. Okay? Alright. So the next question that I have for you is, I know that we probably have people who speak different languages here. Now, I'm not going to ask you what language you speak, but when I say three, okay, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and I want you to join me as well. I want you to say hello in your mother tongue, but we're all going to say it together, okay? We good?
So I want you to say hello in your mother tongue. Or in any language you feel like. It doesn't even have to be your mother tongue. Any language that you feel like, say hello. But not in English. Okay? So are we ready? One, two, three. Very nice. Should we do that again? One, two, three. And now this time I want you to say hello in English. One, two, three. Hello. Hi everyone. So glad to have you here. Lovely. So we are the Riot Actors. And what are the Riot Actors? We are a feminist ensemble. And what we love to do is really tell stories of women of grit and determination, stories that typically don't make their way to the stage. And so when we found out that women was being launched, it really stopped our idea. And so we were like, this is a collaboration that has to happen. Okay? Quick check again first at the back, you can hear me? Alright, lovely. So a little bit of what we have in store for you today. We are doing a playback performance, a little adapted playback performance, which is a little improvised, a little planned, but mostly deep listening. Okay? What does this mean? I'm using all big theater words. So improv is basically unscripted theater. Now I'm sure when you all think of the word theater, you probably think of actors who rehearse a lot of lines and come and reproduce it. Am I correct? But what we are doing today is completely unscripted. We are taking inspiration from stories in the book. Every now and then I will be asking you to share your stories as well. And with that, we will script the unscripted. How does that sound to you? Are you all excited? I am looking forward to it. And we are really excited and looking forward to your story. So every now and then, you will see us doing a performance here inspired by story in the book. And then me or one of my colleagues will step in here and we would like to interact with you and hear your stories. And what we are doing today is only going to happen today because it is unscripted. So if all of us were to meet in the same room a month from now do the same thing, it's going to be a completely different performance because it will be a different set of stories. And that's the beauty of what we have to store for you today. It's only happening today, it's not going to happen again, and it's happening with all of you. So, can we give ourselves a round of applause? Can we give all of you a round of applause? Lovely, okay? And on to my wonderful ensemble here, the Riot Actors, I would really like each of us to introduce ourselves. So, Nandini, would you please introduce yourself? You can come here and tell us what makes you right. You can come here, you can stand.
I am Nalini, and what makes me riot to us? Okay, what makes me riot? Injustice makes me riot. A room full of people laughing at the top of their lungs makes me riot in a good way. I love expressing and creating different forms. So when I see creativity like the book cover, what you just spoke, love it. That's a riot in my heart. Is that enough? Yes, that's enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Nandini. Thank you so much. And next up we have Ananya. Ananya, introduce yourself to us and tell us what makes you riot.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm Ananya. What makes me riot is being on stage. I love being on stage. It makes me feel alive. It's like to be back on stage after quite a break. I'm an aspiring writer. I hope to publish a book myself someday, and I think our stories is what makes us unique. Our stories is what makes us human. So any opportunity you get to tell a story, please take it. That's what I have to share with you. Thank you.
Okay, and we have Aparna. Aparna, we'd like to hear from you on what makes you riot.
Hello, I'm Aparna. I'm a scientist, I'm a storyteller. I love to just look at the world around us and see stories everywhere. And I love telling stories. And what makes me riot is the opportunity to tell stories with some of my favorite people and to tell these stories to hopefully some of my favorite people now. So thank you.
And I am Chitra. I am the founder of the Riot Actors. We formed just a couple of months ago, and we're so excited to be doing the show for all of you. What makes me riot? Any form of mischief or rebellion is what makes me riot. And I'm particularly excited to be here today because my BFF from college is here. I didn't think I would meet her.
And she was the one who pushed me to try this form of theatre. So I'm so very happy that I'm going to be trying it. And what we have for you today is exclusive, customized for this book launch. So that's what makes us right. So get started. Shall we get started? We are going to introduce you to a form called the chorus playback. And what we're doing is we are taking snippets from stories from Kaleidoscope. And really what we're going to show you is a sneak peek, a teaser trailer into what you can expect. So let's get started. Let's watch.
And that was the moment I felt alive. I don't know if I felt strong in that moment.
And I saw a glimmer of hope in her eyes. I knew I had to take back control in my life.
And I told my story with pride. And I asked for help, not knowing what stood on the other side.
And I decided to carve out time for myself.
And I dared to dream.
And now we shall start with Mamta's story.
I spent my entire career being a strong woman, leading my team of doctors and nurses through some of our most difficult nights. I mean, the days that we see newborns left on the street, injured, broken, crying. I don't know where I'm supposed to find the strength and courage from to move my team, to continue to serve them, to help them. And I had lost all hope and faith. And I felt enough, enough is enough. I need to do it and deserve a home. And that's how my home, Avtar's home, came to life. There is a cradle right by the gate. Where little children that were abandoned come to us and we care for them. We care for them like they're our own. And I wouldn't have been able to do this alone. My perseverance, my strength comes from the support of the NGO that helps me build Mamta's home and my husband.
Hey, there's a whole new donation of toys that have come in. I'm just going to, you know, that makes
Us, look at this place. It's so beautiful.
sense. Really does. And I'm so proud of you. And I'm so proud of us.
Now I feel like I'm truly making a difference. My husband and I have two children. I raised them like their parents. I never really thought much about nurturing a child of my own because I had to dedicate my life to the service, to the community, being a doctor. But when I met Hari, who I found in this table, I felt like the world gave me a calling, an opportunity to nurture, to feel the warm embrace of motherhood. And I am so grateful that I got that opportunity.
And that was Bangla's story. And now I'd like to hear the story from one of you. But before that, a small request. Could you all check to see that your phones are on silent? So you have click on your phone and put it on silent. Can I please request that you do that? Okay. Your phone was sitting on your phone. You don't have. Alright. So we all have our phones on silent. Thank you. Thank you for that. So, what I would like to know, and whoever has a story to share, or you can just raise your hand, or you can come here and share a story. Is there anyone in this room today who would like to talk about a journey that you took? A moment where you were able to tap into your courage and take on a journey? I would like to hear first. Would anyone like to share? Anyone? Yes. And we will play back your stories for you. So anyone has a story to share? Yes, sir. Thank you. Would you like to come over, sir, please?
Hello everyone. Very good. I would like to share a story where I thought I would career for myself. I come from a joint family and all I thought is it is no better. So there was no chance where I could really open up and say how I care for one another. But then when I got into this profession where I was given the opportunity to play bigger roles, I was hesitant to take it because it always involved on-site around. So that's one thing that I had to not go outside and stay on flights. It was very scary. And I don't know what happened. My mother passed away in 2011. Till then, it was so difficult for me to go out of Bangalore, and I never took any opportunity to go. But 2011 August changed my life. I don't know what, but I had all the courage where I thought I want to make another job. Because I wanted to get married after my bachelor's, but she's the one who asked me, you need to have a career to love. I'm a homemaker, and I know how much it's the thought about, but I really want to make a career. And I've never seen her like that. I retired last 2 years back because of my cerebral all issues. Probably if I had Dr. Sunil and Dr. Shobha, I don't think I would have retired, but then I had to take it back. So what happened was promotions started like every 2 years and all the men in the office, they were waiting for a promotion for the last 5 years and 10 years and people wouldn't even talk to me at times. But I felt that I deserve this. I have worked hard. I deserve this. And I was all good. And it really made me happy. Maybe my mother was blessing me on that. And I'm really thankful for the opportunity and a song about my mother. Okay. So I'm very proud of whatever we can achieve by only saying that, yes, let's do it right. And let's leave others to think what they want to think, but let's move forward. And I really retired as an associate vice president in the company. And I was the first lady to get into an associate director position, and all that came with a lot of courage, and the courage that I had in myself that yes, I'm educated, I can share that, I can be something more than this, I can do more. Do more is what I always want. Thanks to my family, my sister is sitting here, but I've had very good family support on this. I love whatever I've achieved in that. I'm very thankful for it. Being a woman in this life. And really making sure that people get comfortable with that. I started looking myself in a different way. So that's all I wanted to say.
So, your name is Devki. Yes, thank you so much for saying that. So, Devki ma'am, we have a small presentation for you. Performers, let us present this as a fluid sculpture, Devki's story of courage. Okay, a journey facing fears, tapping in and retiring with a smile on your face. Let's watch.
Take it. I promise you deserve it. 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 Take the road. I will take the road. Should I cross this line? Take the road. Or should I take the road? Should I cross that line? I will take the road. Take the road. Take the road. I promise. I promise you deserve it. I promise you deserve it. I promise you deserve it. I promise you deserve it.
Thank you for sharing your story, and that was for you. And now, moving on, we are going to take another feather from the book of Kaleidoscope, and let us watch Ela's story.
I'm walking away from something that was such a huge part of my life. And I don't know if I've been strong in this life. I don't know if I have been true to myself. I don't know whether I was right in making the decisions I made. I don't know if I should have spoken up that day when he went to meet his friends on our wedding and got drunk. I was right or wrong. I don't know if I was strong. I don't know if my decision to not cover up my bruises that he gave me and speaking to a friend about the hurt he caused me was right or wrong. I don't know if asking for help meant being ridiculed.
I think it was so very nervous. I've always known Ela with you. Always. Just know that I'm your no matter what.
And it is hard to leave a life that I thought I was building. It is hard to walk away from a house that I built with my sweat, tears, and dignity. And I didn't know if my parents would understand why I had to walk away. I didn't even know if I understood why I had to walk away. I didn't know if whatever he said was something I deserved. Peter, why didn't you tell me? He would have been there for you. Why did you tell us no? I didn't know, Mom. It was always there for you. You know that. You're always there. And that question turn a gavel in his hand, asking me that one defining question.
Order, order. Next case. The filing for a divorce. State your reason.
I don't recognize who I am anymore.
Gavel.
But all I know as I walk away from these steps right now, having signed away a life that I was building, all I can think of is not how I'm walking away from something I once held dear.
If only you had a child.
All I can think of is the life ahead of me and how I finally feel free.
That was Leela's story. Thank you so much. Just one among the many powerful stories in the Kaleidoscope. But this story in particular makes me think of the power of saying no. And audience, I'd like to ask you, is there anyone here? Is there a time when you said no, when you stood up for yourself and said no to something? Would you like to share? And we will play it back for you. A time when you said no and stood up for yourself. Anyone? What was coming in your heart? Share it with us. A time when you stood up for yourself, or maybe for someone else, and said no.
A lot of smiles audience.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes.
If people hesitate, please just give us the gift of your story
Absolutely.
because we cannot perform without that gift. So we are asking you, please give us the gift of your story.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Round of applause. Thank you.
Hello everybody. My name is Krishna Arora and I do come from a very good family. Yes, I have gone through many say, trouble and painful phases. And myself and my son, we have gone through it and we had to decide that either this side or that side. And yes, we decided because of so much of disturbances and so much of fights in the family between husband and his elder brother. So I had to take a decision. And that is how like myself and my son, we decided like we need to move on of that disturbing atmosphere. Because it was disturbing my son also. And at the same time, I was also getting pressurized. And I needed to get out. And we did it. We both, myself and my son, we both did it. And at this moment, like, I'm very happy. And I'm very happy that I'm really thankful to her. Because she has come as an angel to my son's life. And I'm really thankful to you for what you have done for my son. Thank you. Yeah. And now it's like he is also move ahead and he's confident and Joanna will give introduction to him. And I'm really proud of him. Like at that moment, like I felt like my God, like what will happen. But he went through a lot of troubles and mentally tortured to depression and everything. But we surpassed everything. And still, we are going to move ahead. And my son will also move ahead. I'm very proud of him for what he is today. Thank you so much. Sanchal, that's your name. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing this story. I know that sometimes the stories can bring a lot of emotions in us, and I'm so happy that you all are coming and sharing your story, giving us the gift of your story. So thank you so much for that. So for Kanchan Man, a fluid sculpture, a journey of two, a difficult road ahead, a journey of two people, a difficult road ahead. Many decisions and rising from it all. As a fluid sculpture, let's watch.
I had many phases, hard phases, good phases, hard phases, and some soft phases. Hard phases, quick, 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 hard phases, quick, 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 soft phases, quick, 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 quick.
It is difficult because it is free.
Hard phases,
It is difficult, but it is free.
soft phases,
It is difficult because it is free.
hard,
It is difficult, but it is free.
but I need it.
It is difficult
I
because
need
it is
it.
free. It is difficult,
But I need it.
You will survive this.
but it is free.
I need it.
It may not look
It
like
is
it, but you will survive
But
it.
it is free.
It may not look like it,
But it is free.
but you will survive
But it
it.
is free.
You will survive it.
You
You will survive it.
it.
You will survive it. You will survive this.
That was for you, ma'am. Thank you for your story. Um, it's so lovely to hear a story. I'm Nandini again, and it's so lovely to hear your stories and hear the stories from Kaleidoscope and all form this blend of strength, courage, and just real stories entering the space. And with that, let's enter another story, the story of Maya, and let's hear from Maya.
I love coming to the park, and I love relaxing and feeding the ducks in the park. Oh, some of these ducks are so naughty. It wasn't always easy. The relationship between my mother and me. I never thought a day would come when she would stop recognizing me. I'm hungry. Is there anything to eat? Who are you? I never knew that my dementia would ravage her mind. It would ravage my soul. I did not know the journey that was ahead. And while I know that what she was going through was far, far worse than what I was going through, all I wanted was a glimpse of the old times of my old mother. My fun mother, my naughty mother, my mother would make plans for me, my mother would go shopping with me. Why couldn't I see that now?
It's sari for you. Your favorite color is
Always
so glad that I joined that support group. That there were others like me going to Ramadi who are not alone. And that one person's suffering can also be collective strength. But there are days where sometimes I think she does recognize me. She sees me. She knows who I am. And it's that glimmer of hope that I see in her eyes that makes me strong. All these days I wanted my own mother back, but now I'm realizing that it just doesn't matter anymore. She's with me. I'm taking care of her and I'm also learning to take care of myself. Because this is a bond that is so special.
hard times that we went through recently, and I also did take the opportunity to say no to a job which I was not happy with, and I quit, and then we started our own. And one thing that I feel I am doing to basically nourish, myself is spending more time with my wife. I'm saying I love you to her more now than what I did earlier, and I feel that is actually helping me. It's helping our relationship. I feel in our marriage of almost 27 years, I think this year or maybe a couple of years has been the most beautiful for us together. And yeah, that's what I just wanted to share. Thank you. Raghavendra. Raghavendra. Raghavendra.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's watch this Raghavendra's story in a three-part story, a story of recognizing that things have been hard, taking a step to move away from that situation and realizing beauty awaits in a relationship I already have. Let's watch.
I represent pleasure. The pleasure that the world puts on me. The pleasure that my job puts on me. The pressure of society's expectations on me. Pressure, 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 must do this, must do that. Hustle culture, job, 9 to 5, pressure, pressure, must do it all.
been days when all that brings me joy is seeing that little ant move across the garden. There have been days when I know that all I need to nourish myself are these small, small, small moments, one after the other, strung together in this journey we call life. And there hasn't been a single day when I thought I need more pressure.
Thank you, performers.
And for another story from this beautiful book that we are celebrating today, we are going to hear Varsha's.
Today is a very special day. I was given the Best Teacher Award at my school for doing a job that I thought wasn't even in the cards. Yeah, I got some external validation today, but the joy is in my heart. Actually, I was in front of this mirror in this bathroom many years ago when I realized I've lost control of my life. I don't even know when the day begins, when the day ends. I'm married to a man twice my age. He won't even look at me, acknowledge me.
Breakfast ready there.
Yeah, I actually have one.
Whatever.
I made it now. The days have just become monotonous. I forgot if I had made any decision in many years, I couldn't remember what I had decided for my life. And I was standing in front of this mirror when I realized I have to take back control. And I saw the newspaper, and long story short, I found this job. And I worked hard because this is not about me. It's not just about me. Yeah, it started because I wanted to escape this cycle. But it was about the children I wanted to work with. I wanted to teach them more than just the school curriculum. I wanted to propel these children towards their dreams and listen to their voice before they lose their voice.
Man, I think I want to be a musician.
Or you can be anything you want. Go practice. You have to work hard, but you can be anything you want.
Can I really be a musician?
Yes, say. Tell them.
I will be the best musician.
I believe that. I believe that. You know, I wish someone was that voice in my life, but it's okay. I was that voice for me. This mirror was my friend on that evening. When my life changed. Today I get to spend time, and today I'm sitting there an award. What does this award mean? I know already my heart has been touched by the children and their stories and how they look at me and look for something, some voice of
Sweet. What does this award mean? This award wouldn't be mine if not for my teacher. I'm on this stage because she taught me courage, she taught me to speak, and this is not for me but for you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I've done nothing for these kids. They have done everything for me. And now it doesn't matter what I go home to. I know that I have found my voice again. And I know I can dream again. And there's no age limit to dreams. and I thank these children for it.
And so we have presented four stories. We got to see Mamta's story, Meera's story, Maya's story, and Varsha's story. Stories of four women with grit, with determination, and who really chose to listen to their own voice. But we're not done. We still want to hear one story from you, beautiful audience. Based on what you just saw, is there anyone here who has a story about a time where someone else recognized something in you? Someone else saw a strength in you. Someone else appreciated the talent in you, whatever it is. Would anyone like to share? A time when someone else recognized something beautiful or powerful in you, a strength, a talent, anything at all. If you want to raise your hand, you can raise your hand. Anyone? It could also be the voice of courage within you. Yes, absolutely. Maybe you saw it. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Good evening. My name is Rohini. And as a child, I got to know meaning of my name, a star. I was very happy. I always used to feel that I'm a star shining high over. And once realities of the life, when I grew up, I got to know actually I'm not a star. It's not that shining. Okay, I was just funnily I used to call I'm a Gulka falling star. But later I realized it is really a Gulka, I'm not a star. I'm falling and falling. I mean, it's not a star. I never tried to be a star. I mean, but going through lot of hardship and experience too many things in the life. And I don't know from where I got the courage. I started feeling even falling star will emit light until it touches the ground. So let me be an helpful hand or whatever it is. Just give a life till the end. Let there not be any tomorrows, no things, no plans, nothing. Just do whatever I feel right at that moment. And I'm proud of myself most of the times. Sometimes I feel sad. So, yes. What a powerful metaphor. So for Rohini ma'am, the story of the star, Rohini the star, a star that is trying to find its way, a star that is shining, sometimes a falling star, sometimes a meteor, a shooting star, a comet. Where is the star going? Let's watch as a three-part story.
My job is to dance. I admit myself. I shine because that's my job. Not because someone told me I can shine. I just shine. I sparkle and dance. I flicker until the end. Of course, everybody faces it. But I sparkle and I'm proud of it. But also that's who I am. Like I hide behind everyone. I hide behind your anxieties and I hide behind everything that tells you that you can't do it. But when I come out, I am the courage that is stronger than you ever knew yourself to be. And I will take you to places that were always meant for you, and all you needed to do was take this one step, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next. Just come with me.
I was always told that life, that success, that the paths we take are straight lines, linear. I must get from point A to point B. And so I decided, the star that I am, to go from point A to, oh, wait a second, to point B and, wait, why is point B going so far away? Come back. And hold up, should I try point C? Maybe I can go there and, oh, this is new place. It's so dark and scary and, no, I must continue with my journey. Maybe I will just take the untrodden path that no one told me about. And as I see my life for all these different paths I have taken, what I realize now is that each path glimmers and shimmers with the light that I have given it. A path that can shine for other people who might be confused or lost and not knowing where they go. And maybe that is my destiny. And that is what we have in store for all of you. Thank you so much for sharing Right. We have a little surprise. We've created this beautiful space for all of you, and thank you so much for trusting us with your stories. And to close, we just want to show you one last story, and we call this. Let's watch.
One time, I saw a mouse in ponds. Once upon a time, she dared to walk out.
Once upon a time, I found joy in music.
Once upon a time, it was a journey of a mother and a son.
Once upon a time, the joy was in the small things. Once upon a time, I recognized my own life.
Once upon a time, I said I love.
One time, I found myself.
Once upon a time,
Once upon a time,
once upon a time,
once upon a time,
once upon a time, once upon a time.
emotions where the theater artists were actually bringing a lot of emotions in everyone's mind and heart. So I would like to say a one fun-filled activity. Ready? Ready? Yes. I will say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time you should laugh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at the people sitting next to you, right and left and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. That was a need of an hour. And now the moment we have all been waiting for, the official book unveiling ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the author herself once again, Shobha Managoli, to lead the unveiling and invite her chosen guests to the stage. Shobha, the stage is yours to introduce your team, your inspirations, and the people who helped this colorful feather take a flight. Over to you.
Yeah, as Nagmani mentioned in the beginning that I like to do things differently, and obviously there was not a long list of mental health professionals giving us lectures. So the unveiling is also going to be very, very different. Most of us feel we are author when we pick up the first pen and write the first line or the first character or visualize the first character. I feel not so when I wrote Kaleidoscope. When you first pick up the pen, when the first character starts forming, the first dialogue comes out, you struggle with writer's block, you realize it's a creative pursuit. It's not an authorship. Your authorship comes alive when there is a gang or a team that joins you, which makes you feel like an author. Your author is not when you're sitting inside and writing, the author is when your stories come out. And for my stories to come out and Nandini's stories to come out in this format, there's a huge team behind. And let me call each one of them one by one, and I would request them to join me on stage. So I think all of you unanimously will acknowledge who is that one person who is the support and courage and the backbone of mine. Any guesses? Amma. So can I please ask Amma to come on stage? Wait, can somebody please help her? Yeah. Without her blessings, I don't think I will ever be here. Amma, without her blessings, I would ever be here. Without her support, ever I would have done much in life. I would just, as Amma is on stage, I will in absentia acknowledge the presence of Nandini in this whole journey. And Nandini sent a very, very beautiful message just now to me. As she saw the stories being enacted, and she said, a time when someone else recognized something powerful in me, this prompt can be exactly how my relationship with you has been, and it is culminated in the journey of this book and so many other things that we do together. So, a big round of applause for Amma and Nandini. Yesterday, I had a very interesting conversation with one person who would feel very shy if I say this. And the conversation is what is the difference between an editor and a teacher. Okay? And this was an argument that was happening between him and his teacher. And his teacher said, the teacher can become an editor, but editor cannot necessarily become a teacher. But here is a person with multiple hats who was a teacher, become an editor, and now is the publisher. The publisher of my book, from Prison Books Private Limited, Mr. Pranesh. Please may I welcome you on stage. A quick round of applause for Mr. Pranesh. But when the editor come publisher or publisher come editor, I don't know which flow I need to go. But when both come, they share things. But those things have to be brought to light. Those things have to be brought to light. And there has to be somebody coordinating from the back end to really see what the publisher, the author, the editor, the blessings have put together. And that work has been done amazingly well by Lakshmi. Lakshmi, where are you? Lakshmi, please come. Lakshmi has been the coordinator between the printer, the editor, the DPO, anything and everything. One call to Preserve Private Limited. The first number is Lakshmi. So thank you, Lakshmi, very much. Please come on stage. The stories have no value if they don't have a good font and a good flow. And you need somebody to tell you that this font works for you. This font is readable. And who other than that would be a very good printer with a keen eye and sense, not only just on the mistakes of punctuation, but also on the font sizes. Mr. Anand, please may I welcome you on stage. A big round of applause for Mr. Anand. Everything happens. The editing is over, the printing is over, the book is in your hands, but somebody needs to do something more. This auditorium needs to be booked, the plan needs to be made, the hospitality needs to be done, and this has been done none other than my friend Dr. Srinivas Deta. Please join on stage. If you have enjoyed your writing, if you have enjoyed the Toga and all, thanks to him since morning. He's been very, very helpful in setting and getting this place and this program going. What do you all say about this beautiful things at the back and all my stories, the icons of my stories here? On a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, appreciate the feathers on the back and the story icons with a lot, probably maybe a hello or a applause, whatever you choose. That is none other than Karthik Arora, the graphic designer. Please come and join us on stage. Please join us on stage. Karthik Arora, they say to understand the biggest mystery of the world is to understand the human mind. We can solve all the mysteries of the world, but not the human mind. And now, if that human mind is a psychologist, and that human mind who's a psychologist is Shobha Managoli, who's finicky, different, and then has to work with a designer to whom she insists. Karthik has been patience personified for me. Anytime, any call, 6:30 in the morning, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. in the night, he's taken the call and he has done the designs to my satisfaction. A big round of applause for Karthik. However, none of this is possible if there is no youthfulness to this whole story. You need people who manage the stage, you need people who run around, who bring that youthfulness, who get excited about what you are doing. And I think you have been seeing these two ladies running around all the time, supporting, helping. So please may I welcome Sheetal Amin and Vaishnavi on stage. Please come on stage. And this is the team that makes me feel like an author. So thank you very much, each one of you, for making me feel like an author. And can we have the book, please, for the unveiling? Yeah, and with this, we also officially announce the launch and the release of Kaleidoscope. Thank you so much.
ಶೋಭಾ ಅಮ್ಮ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಗಣಪತಿ ಅಭಯ ಖಾತೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಜಯ ಇದು ವಿಜಯ ತರಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಗಣಪತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಅಮ್ಮ. Shobha has a special announcement to make.
With Pranesh, I had a lot of experiences of working with marketing people, and I don't remember the name of the person, unfortunately. Whenever you go to visit somebody, you should go with one in mind, get feedback and come. And that's a true marketer. And I think that's my life. And that's exactly when we started Kaleidoscope. We started looking. So this is Kaleidoscope. Of course we are. Of course we are. But we are not unempathetic, non-compassionate towards men. We do understand men. If anybody of you have read my book, Powerful Dialogues, you would know that there have been clients of mine, there's a dialogue that they say that I'm gender neutral. So the whole idea of Kaleidoscope was that it has to be a series. So this is the first of its kind in terms of that the woman, the character is a woman protagonist. Not necessarily in that line, but the next one had to be about men. Looking for a male author who would help me understand the world of the men, the inner world of the men, who would work with me. I'm searching, been searching for 2 years, still searching. There are few on the horizon, and hopefully I'll announce that. The next one was supposed to be Kaleidoscope Children. But you know how children are. They have a way to creep in. They have a way to get their demands fulfilled. And yesterday, very surprisingly, in a very simple conversation, my friend mentioned that her daughter was very enamored that she had a friend who was an author. But I realized, as we spoke, that she had a dream to be an author. And what a better way to say that we would launch Kaleidoscope Children's Series today, and next November, 2026, you will see the release of Kaleidoscope. And may I please invite on stage Viha Rajesh, my co-author, along with Nandini Cardoso. A big round of applause for Viha. I don't know what we are going to write. I don't know how we are going to write. I don't know how many we are going to write. Right? Okay? Yeah, but we know for sure we are going to write for together. So Viha, would like to say a few words? Something?
I am very excited to write the Kaleidoscope Children's Edition, but I still need lots of ideas to write it. Please be inspired.
Yes, so there's a promise that Nandini is a certified storyteller. She's visiting us in December, and my promise is we are going to have a story writing workshop for you and maybe some more. Your mother has promised a few more youth, but for us, we have to be reading from the children's side, and we are looking to write books. We don't know what we want to write. We don't know how we want to write. As she said, I am equally confused what to write, but I think we'll figure it out, right? Yeah. So between Viha and myself and Nandini and maybe all the other kids that we interact in the workshop, we will figure it out. Please save your date. Not necessarily the date, probably the month. November 2026, around Children's Day, Viha will launch her first book along with Shobha Managoli and Nandini Cardoso, Kaleidoscope, the children's series. Thank you very much. And thank you, Viha.
So let's give one more round of applause for the author and this incredible team. Stick around for the reflection time announcements regarding the reading circle and further interactions. A special mention and a special thank you to each one of you for getting together here to make this year successful. It's only because of you. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to be an MC for the program, Shobha. Thanks a lot. And I feel you will go back with a high energy back to your home, holding Kaleidoscope in your hand.
Thank you everyone for being here and thank you for being part of the journey. Thank you so much.